If there is any sense in this world at all, Street Fighter 6 will be a big success. I feel like Capcom is investing into an integral aspect of fighting games beyond what they've been doing with previous games. Capcom is trying to build a diverse community filled with different groups of different people that have different reasons to play the same game. And while I'm not an industry expert or anything of the sort, I had to talk about Street Fighter 6 because I am extremely excited with how it's shaping up. This game is firing on all cylinders. There are so many ways to engage with Street Fighter 6. World Tour Mode is looking to provide an expansive single-player experience, allowing you to immerse yourself in this universe filled with iconic characters and places. People will get to experience Street Fighter as an action RPG. There will actually be substantial value to the game in an offline solitary setting. Well, assuming World Tour Mode is fun, which I guess we'll find out, but it seems great so far. Then there's Extreme Mode, which provides a party game experience for you to enjoy with friends. Street Fighter 6 will be an actual option for people that just want to goof around for a while and not get seriously competitive, since they can pop the game in and get gored by bulls or play Simon Says or Volleybomb. In addition, introducing the game to casual friends or family that aren't interested in seriously learning a fighting game, you know, the kind of people that typically just button mash or do one attack that seems strong over and over, can be done by putting them on the modern controls, which is a more accessible, simplified control scheme that does not replace classic controls. As long as the classic control scheme is better in some way to represent and reward the increased execution barrier when compared to modern controls, both hardcore and casual players will be happy. That's right, despite the much needed catering to casual players and casual play, Capcom is not neglecting their tried and true audience of hardcore competitive fans. Or at least that's what I want to say, but we don't know for sure yet. The gameplay seems to allow for lots of freedom and creativity. The drive system universally gives everyone fun new toys to play with, and every character's moveset individually seems to have record amounts of tools and techniques. But until we get our hands on the game, we won't truly know if all this makes for a fun video game. Similar deal with netcode and matchmaking. I'm pretty sure they'll be good. It seems unlikely that Capcom would drop the ball on this, given their experience in the field of online play at this point. But again, we don't know for certain. We'll know once the closed beta begins next month, which I'm really hoping I get into. Speaking of the closed beta, it'll be the first time we get a full look at the Battle Hub, which is essentially a mode of massive online lobbies that will allow up to 100 players to queue up for, spectate, and play matches. In addition, chat, do tournaments, and whatever else. Honestly, I think this one comes down to execution. Street Fighter 6 ain't the first to do this sort of thing. ArcSys has been doing it for a while now, where you can walk up to arcade cabinets and play against people in large lobbies. I'm curious how well Capcom can pull it off, and how willing they are to improve this mode over time. Are there speech bubbles above character heads to ensure messages don't get lost in a tiny universal chat box flooded by 100 players? What information will we be able to see about other players to determine if we even want to sit down and have matches with them? I don't know yet, and honestly, no way does Capcom nail the execution of the Battle Hub concept perfectly on their first try. What I want to see most is that they're willing to add new features and make substantial improvements over time. Because the Battle Hub is a genuinely cool concept. This, in tandem with the World Tour mode, creates a more fleshed out Street Fighter 6 world to immerse players in. The idea behind the Battle Hub is that it's supposed to be just like the arcades. Now, I'm not going to claim a virtual space is going to be better than a real space. I'm not Mark Zuckerberg trying to sell you on the metaverse. However, tending to the social aspect of fighting games is a fantastic idea. The hardcore improvement grind ain't for everyone. Some people don't enjoy fighting random faceless names on online ranked all day. Of course, there's nothing wrong with being a hardcore player grinding the hardcore lifestyle. The competitive aspect of fighting games is obviously important. But that's not all fighting games are. A community serves as not just opponents to play against, but a group that will make you want to play the game more. Excitement and passion are infectious. I'm not expecting the Battle Hub to be a miracle mechanic, but I think it can at least create a feeling of community and can possibly help foster that community's growth as well. Overall, Street Fighter 6 looks like it's going to be the gathering place for all kinds of different people, and that's exciting. I want to introduce friends and family to the game and watch what modes they end up playing. I want to interact with the community and chat with lots of people playing matches in the Battle Hub. And of course, I want to play Street Fighter with this all-new battle system where I can do all these cool new things. If Street Fighter 6 is able to provide a bunch of ways to make a very diverse group of people happy, I think it deserves to be a huge success. Street Fighter 6 has the opportunity to be outstanding. This could be the time to see the community greatly expanding. It's the seeds of success that Capcom's been planting. All that's left to see is if Capcom sticks the landing.